Let me ask you a question. Better get my readers to get this right. If I were to ask you if is motivation, is it more needed at the beginning of a weight loss program, or is it more needed as you progress through the weight loss program? Because that's a question many people ask, is where do I get the motivation to continue? Well, first of all, weight loss starts with a thought. And there's some key elements of weight loss that everyone has to follow. First, you have to have desire. Number two, you have to exercise faith. And then you got to get into action. So motivation gets you started, but habit keeps you going. So first, let's talk about belief. You have to believe that you can lose the weight even before you start. And many people struggle with that, especially some of those that I've helped lose over 100 pounds. That in the beginning is really tough on them. Can you imagine the tremendous momentum that is needed to even get started when you've had some health challenges like that for many years? Now, for me, the desire started with the death of my dad, who died of cancer. Kind of shocked me. My dad was a big guy, and I realized that I did not want that to happen to me. My dad lost all, if not, if not all, most of all of his ability to make choices for himself. He had lost all of his independence. I did not want that to happen to me. So I said to myself, you know what? I believe that I can be healthy. I believed in my mind that I was a world-class athlete, even though I needed to lose 50 or 60 pounds when I started. So once I believed that, and I had this desire, this desire that I wanted to look like a world-class athlete because I felt that I was one, then I exercised faith and I started to do the things world-class athletes started. I was highly motivated at the beginning, and yet it was my habits that I created that kept me going. So it's the habits that's going to lead to results. It is the journey that's going to lead you to the results. If you've ever been to a health club, you'll notice that almost all year that parking lot at various times during the day is about the same number of cars. And yet January 1 rolls around, you go to the gym, you have to park in the far back. Everybody and their mother are highly motivated to lose weight so they get their self to the gym. And yet come even before the end of January, the cars are all gone. It's back to normal levels. So you see a lot of people get motivated, and yet in that first beginning stage, they don't create any habits. And that's because people focus on the results and not the journey. Let me give you an example that coach gave me once. If my goal and this journey was to get to the horizon, in other words, I wanted to start this bike ride on a really flat road, and I could see the horizon out there, 10, 15 miles. We're in Nebraska and it's flat. As I started to ride, would I ever get to the horizon? No. The horizon, as I rode, it would just stay ahead of me because the earth is round. And yet I may make tremendous progress in trying to reach that goal. But if my goal forever changes in weight loss, well, I want to lose 50 pounds, and that's more, and then I want to do this, and it doesn't. But see, the key is turning around backwards and look where I've been. So in Nebraska, I might have rode, 250 miles, looked around and said, oh my gosh, I really kicked some ass, even though I'm not to the horizon yet, because I focused on the journey. Now, I have a good friend. She lives in Mesa, Arizona, and her name is Jewel. And when I first started to work with her, she was kind of, scattered, but she had this in her head that I can succeed. I know what it is I want to look like. A woman, a beautiful girl who's had 8 children. And, from those birth, you can imagine some of the areas that she needed to work on. And yet, for this last 5 or 6 months, she stayed with the program. Now she's built some tremendous habits. She's not all hyped up anymore about trying to, get to this place in the future. She's focused on every day just doing her thing. She is addicted to the habits. See, she doesn't need motivation anymore. She's addicted to creating the habits that will get her to her goal. I asked her once, I says, okay, so when you get there, what are you going to do? She says, I'm never going to quit these habits, because she doesn't want to regress backwards. She always wants to move forward. So let me just review. If you can believe it, you can achieve it. Motivation gets you started. Habits keep you going. So motivation is only needed at the beginning. Realize that. But you have to transition into the habits. So let me ask this final question. How will you build habits once the motivation wanes? That's a topic of another discussion. Email me any questions about that, or any stories that you might have to me at Triumphant Health, that's all one word, at cox.net, or you could text me at 702-497-9649. Merry Christmas. Love all you guys. Take care, my peeps. Bye.